This is the next part of the Thank You Loop series. This is part 2. It's called The Fight.
Gorgeous, baby. You're gorgeous.
This is the Josh Podcast Show. The anti-podcast podcast on God and man. The show that everybody's talking about. The show that will become a necessary part of your weekly mental diet. The show that picks up where JoshRolfe.com leaves off. The show title that uses the word podcast 4 times. Introducing your host, Josh Rolfe.
In part 1 of the Thank You series, one that you should listen to on this podcast or read on my blog at JoshRolfe.com, this will get you into a thankful mood. And in this one, we meet perpetual thankers, Anne and Josh, 2 souls who, at least initially, become stuck in a thank you cycle until Anne introduces her last note that breaks the loop by simply saying, "You're welcome." This next installment of a never-ending series is called The Fight. January 8th, 2007. Dear Anne, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you, Josh. January 23rd, 2007. Dear Anne, I wrote you a thank you note a few weeks ago and have not received a reply. I'm just writing to make sure you received it. Thank you for your kind attention to this matter. Sincerely, Josh. February 3rd, 2007. Dear Anne, I would fail to be remiss if I did not neglect to unsuccessfully admit that I have almost been less than a little distressed. As you are aware, I have not as yet received any word from you. It may also be the case that you are unaware that I have not received any word from you. In either case, just know that I am okay with the troubling fact that you have not yet replied. Thank you so much, Josh. February 20th, 2007. Dear Anne, I am not okay that you have not replied. By not replying to multiple thank you notes, you have crossed a line. I am, to be perfectly honest, furious. But thank you for your time. Josh. March 14th, 2007. Dear Anne, it is with restrained passion that I urge you to immediately respond with a thank you note to retain your honor and integrity as a fellow human being. This is the only reason I'm keeping up with this exercise, and I assure you that I am exercising a great deal of restraint at the moment. I also just finished exercising. It is very disappointing to me that you have not written back. I'm trying to stay busy to help keep my anger at bay, mostly by exercising at the bay. All the best, Josh. May 24th, 2007. Dear Anne, this is my last thank you note to you, perhaps ever. I hate to be dramatic about it, but this is possibly the most dramatic thing ever. It has been eons since your last "You're welcome." If by chance you happen upon this note, I thank you for everything. Forever thankful, forever grateful, Josh. May 25th, 2007. Dear Anne, I forgot to mention one thing in my last thank you, but I won't say it until you write me again. And again, I'm not being dramatic. Very much thank you, ever so kindly, Josh.
June 3rd, 2007. Dear Josh, thank you for so many messages over the last several months. You understood the situation correctly, right? When I responded with a "You're welcome" note in my last note dated January 4th, 2007. As everyone knows, "You're welcome" notes terminate all conversation. It had to be done. Sincerely, Anne.
June 5th, 2007. Dear Anne, thank you so much for clarifying the reason for our fight. Kindest regards, Josh.
June 9th, 2007. Dear Josh, a fight? Please tell me how that was a fight. Thanks, Anne.
June 11th, 2007. Dear Anne, it was clearly a fight. It was a thank you note fight. Thank you, Josh. P.S. Or was it a "You're welcome" note fight? To be continued.
Thank you for listening to the Josh Podcast Show, the anti-podcast podcast on God and man. For more information, visit joshpodcast.com. Follow Josh on Twitter at Josh Rolfe. That's Rolfe, R-O-L-P as in podcast, H. Now go and have the best day and night ever. And have fun.